let's talk about this Steelers Ravens game. This is the marquee matchup of Saturday.
For Lamar Jackson and these Baltimore Ravens. Realistically, you've heard it loud and clear for years. People don't believe in you. I don't believe in you in the playoffs. Like that has been the narrative on this Baltimore Ravens team for years. They can't get over the hump. They can do all these things in the regular season, but when push comes to shove, they are not going to get a playoff win. They like if they make it past the second round, all hell must break loose.
And I have to say, I wanted to be like, yeah, Ravens are definitely they're gonna go to the AFC Championship, and I could definitely see them going to the Super Bowl this year. But once I saw it's the Steelers this week, I'm already like, I don't know. The Steelers, they play really well against them. The defense is great. Russ, I think, is gonna bounce back and have a good game. And then it starts adding up. Like Lamar, even earlier this week, said that he does get nervous in playoffs, like because he's like, yeah, I was excited because it's all happening. Like it's bigger in the playoffs, basically. And Zay Flowers is out now. It's starting to. I feel like you feel the momentum of the Steelers, the storylines that Lamar could struggle in this one.
And this is a tough pool. I mean, realistically, I mean, anyone you get in the AFC would be tough, but I think you'd much rather have faced, even like if I would have rather pulled the Texans, I would have rather pulled the Chargers, like, but instead you play a common opponent that they're not afraid of you. They will not back down to you, especially in the playoffs. We know Mike Tomlin is not afraid of John Harbaugh. You know what I mean? And so it's like, okay, these are two teams like where you know what they say, you throw out the record books when it comes to division opponents, and you've got to kind of do that here. And this is a one of one game. Down weapons, like if the Ravens can pull out a win, I think that hushes a ton of critics, and I think that puts a feather in the cap of Lamar. Does that push him to the and more in the forefront of the MVP conversation? You got to start to think about that, and you got to start to lay down your legacy as far as what are we going to be as a team, because we can't, just like we've seen with the 49ers this year, we can't keep doing the same thing over and over and not making any progress. And so you're going to have if you keep knocking on the doorstep, knocking and getting rejected, it's going to wear on this team and you are going to fall apart. We've seen that with the San Francisco 49ers. Is it going to happen with the Baltimore Ravens, or are they finally going to get that off of their back and keep moving forward?
I'll even say this. This might be a controversial take, but this is such a tough pool. I would have rather played the Chiefs in this game if I'm the Ravens, because you almost it was such a shootout in the first week of the season, but this is a Chiefs team that things have just fell their way most of the weeks in order for them to get these wins. I mean, it took a fumble that probably the play shouldn't happen against the Raiders for them to win that game. And I would rather catch them right off the rip and try to knock them out quick than be banged up through a couple really tough playoff games and get them in the AFC Championship game. So I know it's unrealistic because they're the first seed, but that's where I'm feeling like, damn, a team that's so familiar with us versus a team that I feel like has kind of scraped by a lot of this season. And I don't want to hear all the Travis Kelsey bullshit like, oh, we wanted the Bengals in the playoffs. Oh, we want to fucking play everyone. We're going to run through everyone. Bro, shut up. You do not want to face the Bengals. You would much rather go against the Broncos or the Dolphins. But yeah, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, no, I definitely think if they were to be like, hey, you know what? Actually, we get one reshuffle, but you have to stick with whoever you get. Like, I think they would have much rather been like, hey, yeah, let's reshuffle, and whoever we get, we'll take that over the Steelers.
Yeah, just not the Bills.
Yeah. Even then, I think Lamar would be up for a like, hey, let's go ahead and do it. Let's go heads up, me and you.
Yeah. Uh, do you think this Ravens team can make to the Super Bowl?
No. No, I don't think so. Like again, you got to just go with what you've seen in the past, and what I've seen in the past is this Ravens team just not get up for these games, or like just it seems like they get nervous in these games. And
But they got
so
Derrick Henry now.
that's true, but you still got it's the same culture, it's the same quarterback, it's the same head coach. Like I need to see them win 2 games in the playoffs before I'm like, yep, they've done it.
So if you had to put money on which Harbaugh goes further, which one?
I would say Jim. Yeah, I'm gonna say Jim.
John. I gotta go, John.
I don't know, man. I think the Chargers going to be a hard out.
I don't know. I don't know. I think outside of Lad McConkey on that offensive receiving staff, I don't know. I think they're a little bit weaker on that end, and you know me, I'm not the biggest Justin Herbert guy. I need to see him win in these big moments for me to give a little more validation on that. But and I'm not even gonna be like, oh, if he beats the Texans, I do not care. I
Yeah.
need to see him beat one of these other teams and have a good game. But yeah, I think I'm gonna roll with Lamar here. I think this is a year that they're set up to break through. This is gonna be the toughest like first round matchup they could possibly go through, but it could be like their last matchup where I'm thinking, oh yeah, this Steelers are gonna at least cover, and Russ and Pickens just aren't on the same page. They can't get Najee going, and the defense can't stop Lamar and Derrick Henry. I mean, Derrick Henry, he kind of went crazy last time, so we are hyping this up to be like, oh, such a tough matchup, but I think it could easily get away from the Steelers and get them outside of their game plan where Russ just has to force it downfield and it doesn't work out.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just excited for good football. I think these are 2 matchups that I'm actually really looking forward to. And you don't really get that a lot in years past where it's like, okay, yeah, we're going to see some blowouts, you know?
If Steelers lose, Mike Tomlin, is there any questions about him?
I don't think so. I mean, all he does is have winning seasons. Yeah, they haven't had a playoff win in a while, but I mean, what else are you going to do? Like, who are you going to pivot to? I mean, if you fired Mike Tomlin, he would get a job next week. Like he would be offered a job probably before that, and he would have to be like, "Hey, let me sort through my offers and see where I can go in this coaching carousel." So, like, unless he wants to move forward, I don't. You got to roll with it.
Hear me out. Hear me out. You take the NFL world by storm by, first of all, trading Mike Tomlin. You get some first round picks, at least 2 first round picks, and you go out and get Ben Johnson to be your coach and be like, fuck you to all you bad teams. We're gonna stay good, and guess what? We just got better.
That's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty
Right?
good. That's pretty good.
Who says no first? Ben Johnson or the Steelers? I don't think any of them say no. I think Ben Johnson goes, you're telling me I get a winning culture? I get a roster that's built? Like, and then basically I get to pick. We have a quarterback here, but I get to pick my guy, and it doesn't have to be this year. I can wait on it to get another quarterback. I don't know. That sounds
pretty good. That's pretty
The
good.
Jets would be like, yeah, we'll take. Jets are interviewing 50 guys right now.
They
for
have
this
no
coaching
direction.
position.
Yeah.
I would tell the Jets, hey, just give me 2 first round picks, a second, and whatever else, and he's yours. But you would have to lock up the Ben Johnson thing first. You would need some like hush hush. We got a deal worked out.
Yeah. But that's good. That's good thinking. I like that. That's out of the box.
Bro, I've been playing Madden too much. I'm over here willing and dealing.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good weekend of football. We are going to talk the other games. So be on the lookout for that. Make sure you make sure you comment and subscribe to stay up to date on those.
See you guys.
Later.